everyone is much more than the worst thing they've ever done. And when we often look at death row inmate, right, what the system does, what society does, is often transforms the single worst thing this person ever did and says, that's all you need to know about that person. That's who they are.
True justice for me is restorative justice. But what true justice certainly is not is truly retributive justice.
Everybody deserves the best defense, and oftentimes we're meeting people who've been in prison and they're in prison because they never had a good defense.
I think the capital punishment clinics play a very integral role to the overall mission of the law school. We're trying to teach students in many respects that these people that we represent, these men and women on death row, we're trying to humanize them and persuade someone along the way that this is a life worth saving.
After 37 years of being locked away in prison, I got released. This is the kind of thing that I was dreaming about and praying on for a long time.
We brought about change within a legal system that is on the other side of the world. The students, when we started this case, this project, they had to go and interview 190 prisoners, all of whom were sentenced to death. And ultimately, that formed the foundation of the evidence to convince the judges that these are people who did not belong on death row, who should not be sentenced to death.
A group of 7 students and our professor went to Texas, and our job was to speak to the jurors who convicted our client and sentenced her to death. We were tasked with going door to door to try and just figure out why jurors made the decision that they did. And we were so amazed that 5 jurors at the end of the process actually said that our client deserved a new trial. When Melissa was convicted, no one understood where she was coming from, why she falsely confessed. No one took into account the abuse that she faced. What you do in clinic is you learn how to teach an audience what the effect of that abuse is, and you practice doing so. And that's just something that you don't get in a traditional course.
This morning, tears of relief from this Texas family after hearing that Melissa Lucio's execution has been put on hold.
This moment has happened before in my mind in a dream. That first night, after I woke up and I went outside and sat on the front porch and drank me a cup of coffee and watched the sun come up, it was awesome.
Something that the clinic showed me is that the way that you really can help people, especially as a lawyer, is by just working with one person and just doing it one person at a time, and that's enough.
If you are in solidarity with another human being, it's impossible to think that their lives should be exterminated because you feel a kinship with them.
It was due to the students' hard work that we were able to humanize him for the parole board and get them to see that he was more than just his crime.
Without them being there, I wouldn't have been here today.
You're not going to win every case. You're going to lose some. I'm grateful for the successes. I'm often bitter about the defeats, but I think the motivation to keep going is that every new client teaches me something new about life.
I hope people who see this realize that we are part of a larger community, that we don't see ourselves as lone wolves. There are no solitary heroes in this work, especially death penalty cases. This idea that we are trying to build solidarity between different communities of people. That is the hallmark of our approach to the work.
The type of work is being done is in the name of justice, is in the name of creating a more inclusive and just society. These are experiences that the students take with them for the rest of their lives. These are experiences that make the students better attorneys.
Doing this work is what I want to do and what I want to make my life and my career about.
I can't make up for it, but I can try to do the best with what I got. You know what I mean? I can do the best with the time I have now.